So before I start this video, I just want to say there are many YouTubers I watch, but not many of them have inspired me to do what I do today. So this ain't a list of my favourite content creators. However, the first two YouTubers I ever discovered that aren't a part of the Halo community are funny enough on this list. We'll get back to that in just a second though. This video is my 100 subscriber special. I mean, at the time of recording, I'm on 104, but oh well. Seriously, thank you all so much. It really means a lot that there are over 100 people who watch my stuff, or that are even subscribed to me. It's just a bit crazy, and, you know, the success of Northside Green as well, the first episode, I don't know, I could never imagine this. It's mad, but seriously, thank you. Anyway, on with the list. Firstly, it was the angry video game nerd, Mr. James Rolfe. I first discovered him in 2010, 2011? I definitely was still in primary school at the time and stumbled across his NES review of Ninja Gaiden, as I was looking for a video on Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword for the Nintendo DS. By the way, that game is so hard. I don't know why I was playing it at such a young age, but you know what? I beat it and I felt like Rocky at the end of Rocky 4. After I found that video, I quickly started watching his videos and became a massive fan. 2010 was, 14 years ago, which makes me feel like a fossil, but to this day I still watch his content. Mostly the older nerd stuff, but I also go back and watch Bored James and even You Know What's Bullshit? To this day, I still think Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is my favourite video of his, and I go back and watch it frequently. His content is timeless, and I think over time he's proven that. But he and the next person on the list really planted the early seeds in my head for what I want to do today. KSI. Being from the UK and being born in 2002, when KSI started making his rounds on YouTube in the late noughties, I was a prime candidate for his audience. In fact, everyone in my primary school and high school were fans of his. In my opinion, besides Rooster Teeth, I honestly think KSI's run from 2010 to 2014 needs to be studied, as he knocked it out of the park more times than was necessary. I don't really rate what he does now, a common theme with a lot of creators. I'm sure nostalgia also plays into that, but hey, that's just how it is. But I can never deny his influence on me. I mean, I never cared for FIFA or football really, but I still go back and watch the Race to Division 1 videos because of just how good they were. And how entertaining he was as well. If that isn't a testament to him, I don't know what is. His comedy skit videos as well, just timeless, same as AVGN. The old KSI will really never be topped. Now moving on to the Halo side of things with the Holy Trinity of Holy Trinities, starting with Rooster Teeth. Now Rooster Teeth before 2015 needs to be studied the same as KSI. It's a shame the company went to shit with just boring dribble, but hey, that's what happens when a company gets purchased. But I mean, without Rooster Teeth there wouldn't be no Halo Machinima, which means the meat and potatoes, the content I make, and the other two people on this list, well, they wouldn't be contenting, would they now? My introduction to them must have been in 2008 when I first discovered what the internet was, and which is also around the time I first discovered Halo as well. It's definitely the most popular Machinima series, and quite rightfully so. The heights Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter hit during the mid to late noughties and early 2010s, in my opinion, haven't been topped by any big company or channel since. Red vs Blue may not always be my favourite Machinima series, but I'm glad I own all 13 seasons on DVD. Yes, I said 13, because no, I don't count anything past season 13. And season 12 is my favourite, and I know it was written by Miles Luna and not Bernie Burns, okay? But for me, if I'm being really honest, as much as Harabek's pre-game lobby is the main inspiration for Northside Green, and it holds such a special place in my heart, and without it, even though Red vs Blue and the next person I mentioned on this list came first, I wouldn't be doing what I do now. So Michael Johnson, if you ever see this video, sir, thank you ever so much. You're a massive inspiration to me, and I would not be doing what I do now. In fact, Pre-Game Lobby was the first Machinima show I ever watched that made me go, wow, I actually really want to do this. But for me, the real MVP is John Graham, or John CJG, or, well, he was originally known as Digital Fear. I mean, Arby and the Chief, Hard Justice, One Life Remaining, Deus Ex Machina, the list goes on. I mean, Arby and the Chief for me was, to be honest, is probably my favourite Machinima series ever. People talk about the Sopranos final, but the season 7 final of that show, I remember being 11 and waiting up in 2013 to watch that final on my iPad and being heartbroken. And I don't count season 8. For me, that show ended with season 7. I still don't think John has gotten the recognition he deserves. I mean, I'd say RB and the Chief is probably the second most popular Machinima series, just behind Red vs Blue. I know there's people out there like Alexo who did C&P or Coke and Pepsi, and even the people who did Matchmaking, Sprigs, and even Nightmare Films, but as much as I like their content, I don't know. The three that I've just mentioned now will always have a special place in my heart. The YouTubers I watch nowadays, besides the nostalgia chips that I've just mentioned, are Ben Plays Games and the Frog Artist. This may sound really sad to some, but one of my favourite pastimes, and I guess because I don't really go out that much unless it's going clubbing, I love going to the chicken cottage in Kilburn and watching one of their videos whilst munching on some chicken wings. Besides them two, I don't really watch much new content. I'm still subscribed to YouTubers like Pyrocynical, DashyXP, Cabana Money 456. Some call me Johnny, Nakey Jakey, Noel Miller. We can't really talk about Cody Co anymore. And even Filthy Frank. They are some of my favourite content creators. I just don't really watch their stuff anymore. And while Filthy Frank is now known as Joji, who ain't my cup of tea, but I definitely understand why he had to retire Filthy Frank. Anyway, thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. I can't believe I have 100 subscribers. Thank you all.